welcome to the Four Seasons. I'm your host, Ken Johnson. Today we're going to be showing some of the renovations we went through with this new house. So just an update. It's now June, and we got an offer in April to buy the old house. So we moved out, and that fell through. So I'm debating whether or not to even do a video on it. I've got to be careful what I do, but I'm thinking about doing a video about it. At any rate, a lot of people wanted to see what we did, what we went through. This is not a total renovation because we didn't get the money, so I can't show all the trees being cut because they're not cut yet. I can't show the bathroom being done or the kitchen being done because we didn't sell, so we didn't get the money. So we don't have the cash to do that because those are massive, high cash items to renovate. So this is just going to be the floors and a little bit of repair to the kitchen, not much. So just stick around, and I hope you at least get a laugh from some of this stuff. Well, demolition has started. We are doing all the carpet pull out, all that. So demolition has started. Are in there. The wife has told me already that I lied to my viewers. We're evidently going to be fixing up the bathroom, so more demos, more money, yay. So this is the original flooring for the house, just to show some of the datedness of it. And this is actually audio cable that you see running. It's not a crack, it's audio cable back, like in the 70s and 80s when they had audio cable. So lets you know how old this is, but it's getting there. Oh, to have your neck and spine broken 3 spots and be trying to get nails out of flooring on your hands and knees with a crowbar. Ask me how that feels. Ugh. Well, this is the office space, and here's the problem. I've got this transition. It's hard to see from this angle, but I'll show you another angle. Now you can kind of see where the problem is. There's about a 6, not even 6, maybe 5-inch drop. This used to be a garage, hence the echo sound you probably hear from my voice. I've got microphone, but I forgot to bring it. I just learned how to use it. Now, what I was originally thinking was going this way. And that's the reason, and the reason for that is this. You can see the tile here, and this is regular tile, which unfortunately they don't sell this anymore. Otherwise I would have gone with plank tile, but they're getting rid of plank tiles, and they're definitely got rid of these 24-inch tiles. They're no longer doing them. Yay. So I wanted to keep with this plank tile going this way, come in with my vinyl planks and go this way. But when I go, go this way, but when I go here, I've got this step. Now here's the problem. This step insert system, you see it has the L shape to go over the cap. It goes this way. So either I'm going to have a transition that looks funky, or I've got to do everything the long way, and then that's going to make my hallway look funky. So I've got to make a decision. Okay, a decision has been made, and I am going to go this way still. I'm just going to have the funky looking transition. But what does that mean? Well, first off, that means we need to worry about the pattern. If you'll look, these are from two different boxes, and you got two different colors. And I've got multiple boxes. There's going to be multiple patterns, multiple shade differences. So I'm going to take 4 boxes. I've got 3 out here. I got to get another one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of shuffle these like a deck of cards. Take one from one from another, and try to get differences in patterns, differences in colors. The reason for this is continuity. So you'll see this in just a moment. You can see here a difference in the shades. You can also see that there's difference in the patterns. What happens is they have big giant sheets of this stuff that they print up at one time and cut. And then when they change out the printer ink, or the coloring that they use, really not ink, it's color and pigment, it will change the run. They call these dye lots. They do it with tile, they do it with all kind of flooring, but with vinyl, they never put the dye lot number. So you can't get the same dye lot to make sure you got the same exact coloring and pattern. So this is critical that you mix and match at least 4 boxes, if not more, and just keep alternating them so that they look, well, decent. And you want something that really is kind of mimicking wood. With these plans, or with these floorings, it's always good to kind of map out what you're doing and figure out what you need. So these planks, if you look at my notes, they're 9 inches by 5 foot roughly, giving you approximately 3.75 square feet. Now, that's not exact, but that's close. They're actually pretty good about that number. Now, my room right here is 9 foot 3 inches by 12 foot 4 inches, which is kind of weird, and it's fairly square-ish, heavy on the ish. That means that when I take out this little square piece right here, that's part of my desk system. This was already in here, and I really don't want to buy a brand new desk system, so I'm going to just tile around here. That is 21 inches going this way, 26 inches going that way. When I took my calculator that the math teacher said you will never use, I did my order of operations, which evidently most adults do not know how to do, and I came out with 115 square feet gross. It's a little bit less than that, but I rounded up. All right, so that meant I needed 31 planks. There's 8 planks per box, which means I should, with the 4 I had out, had enough planks. That's always good when you start shuffling planks like a deck of cards. Know how many you got. So I figured might as well go ahead and add 2 more just for gross, and then I can take out as I need or whatever. So that means each row will be a minimum of 2.5 full planks. All right, so obviously there'll be more half planks and partial planks, but 2.5 planks. Then you got 12.5 planks, maximum going this way, because the planks are running this way, so you're gonna have more going this way. So that's my map. Now we got to put it into action. Here's something else to make a note of. I've got this paneling here. Yes, it is dated. Yes, I know. I'm keeping it. It's just a economic issue. One day I will probably change out this room. But for now, yes, it's dated. So let's not talk about that. Even my wife asked me and I said, no, we're not going to do it for me. Did my little Eeyore voice and everything to act all pitiful. So you see right there that separation of the wall? There is 1.5 centimeters difference on the walls. I am going to, because I've got 0.16666 of an inch to cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to run it flush against the wall and come right on out. I should be fine. Famous last words. But we're going to go there and try it. Let's find out how it works. This is called a dry lay pattern. This is not installed, but it's to give me a guesstimate of what I'm running into and what I need to do. It is always smart to dry lay before you lay any flooring. So in this case, you can tell I don't have my spacing just right. You can see right there, my spacing is all jacked up. And that's fine, because you can see right here, I have about a 3-inch difference from the wall. Does that mean that I need to cut? I don't think so. Remember I said that from the end of this wall here, this wall here, there's an overhang that's 1.5 centimeters. Then I've got this baseboard, and the baseboard is right here. And if I measure the baseboard, you can tell is roughly 2 centimeters. So if I do 1.5 centimeters here, and then I come out, add another 2 centimeters, that's 3.5. If I do about 3 here and about 3 over here, that will give me about 6 centimeters to work with. And as you can see, that's about 6 centimeters. So I've just got to come out from the wall a little bit, so this is going to be floating a little bit. But this is actually going to help me, because when I get this room redone and re-sheetrocked in a future period in time, then that means I don't have to worry about that sheetrock being on top of the flooring. It can go all the way down and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna just keep it like it is. I'm gonna come out 3 centimeters from the base of the wall where the floor and the wall join, and then let that be covered over by the baseboards, and let that be that. And no one would be the wiser. Ha ha ha. We'll find out. This is 3 hours later. So anybody that says this stuff is easy to install, you're going to special hell. You know, that's the hell where child molesters and people that talk in movie theaters go to. Yeah, you're going to special hell if you say this is easy to install. 7 hours later, I did roughly 83 square feet. So anybody that says that this vinyl plank is easy to install, I have a master's degree. It took me 7 hours to do 83 square feet. Yeah, that is not easy. This is just a review of what I've done so far. I took out that little divider thing that was actually a kind of a brace to hold it. I'm thinking I'm going to take this out. And the reason why I don't want to cut around it, and then if I decide to take it out, then I'd have to put in all new flooring. So the idea is that I'm going to figure out how to take that out later on. Even though I'm trying my best to show you everything possible, it's very difficult because I'm having to work by myself and I need to get this done. So, you know, as much as I would love to show you every single thing, I can't. This cabinet is built in. I cannot get it out without tearing up the whole thing. So what I did is I took a plank and I cut a little L shape. Now, how did I do that? These right here are some cheap Harbor Freight shears. They're about 1 foot long. My hand barely fits in there comfortably. But these are some super shears. I think that's what they had on the box. And what you have to do is kind of waller out an area to put the head, because the head is super, super thick. But it's all cast aluminum with the blades being stainless steel, or steel. I ain't gonna say stainless, but steel. And they cut fairly well. So I'm not gonna say it cuts like paper. It cuts like plastic, like thick plastic. So you got to have a lot of force. But if you don't have an electric saw or anything of that nature, this works extremely well. I'm going to show you another little trick on this. If you look, there is an end that has a little corner there, and then the other end doesn't. And if you look, you see a little thing that's kind of upswelled. I'm going to try to zoom in so you can see the upswell. Wow, it's looking like a Review Bro video. Anyway, you can see the upswell now. All right, let's get back into focus. All right, so what happens is this little end goes here, and then the other end goes where the upswell is. Now, this end will slide in right under here. Now here's a problem. When you're working on floor, you get debris and you get all kinds of stuff in here. You see where I'm taking this is just a normal knife, nothing big, and you start playing around with it. There's all kind of fluff and garbage in there that will stop the plastic from going in. And so what you do is you just kind of take your knife and clean it out a little bit, and you'll get a better seat up. So no little trick. So just take your knife, put it in where that lip is going, You can tell by that knife tip, it is not much. So any dirt whatsoever, you're gonna have problems. So if you're having problems and it's not seating up right, it's probably got some debris in there, or it needs to be trimmed out a little bit. And once you trim it out, it'll lock into place. It's just bothersome, but it's part of the job. Okay, so we got that in, and I just took this mallet, which I don't have a holder to show me doing this, and I don't have anybody, a camera person, help me do this, but I just took this Tavy, T-A-V-Y mallet. It's super soft. I have little pieces of blue rubber everywhere. So this stuff is eating away at this mallet. And you just pound it in. I like to get in the middle, and that kind of does well. It's not perfect, but it is good enough. So now I'm probably going to do a long piece right there, and then come out and do a short piece here. You kind of want it to look natural, and it's hard to tell because I got two dark areas, and even with light you really can't see it, but you can see right now that line right there. So now that I've shown you, you can see it better. I've got a line there, line there. There's a line going right there. Got a line there, line there. I'm thinking that if I don't want to make it extremely long, but I think if I come out with a full plank, that'll bring it out probably to about here, maybe somewhere in here, and that will give it a little bit better look. So it'll be kind of where this line is here. It'll just be a little bit further back, and it won't look like these two. I've got one line here, and then, or actually, sorry, one line here and another line over here, that they're almost at the same line, and I don't want to have something at the same line. I've got another one over there about the same line, so I'm wanting to break it up. Remember me talking about my aphasia and how I've been having problems? Well, I've been trying to look for my yellow tape measure. Can you find my yellow tape measure anywhere? Anywhere? Of course not. I hid it. It's right here. Gotta love it. Well, it's done. The only thing that's not done really is this part. I've got to cut that tile, but that means I also have to cut the door jamb. There's more problems there than I really want to deal with tonight. It is already 10:30 p.m. I've been fighting this more than I care to, so I'm calling it quits for tonight. But yeah, 115 square feet roughly, done in roughly 10 hours. 10 and a half hours. Yeah, not the best in the world. I calculated up. I am doing roughly 11 square foot an hour, which sucks as an installer. And I've got 442 square feet left to do, meaning I've got 40 hours of work ahead of me, more or less. Now, naturally, I'm speeding up a little bit. It didn't take me 7. I'd had over half the room about done, so I'm figuring I'm probably doubling my speed So that means 20 hours of work still left ahead of me if I keep at the current pace and don't get faster somehow. That still sucks. But it'll get done. Okay, so here's a trick that you can use to cut a door jamb. This door casing here, it needs to be cut, so I'm placed the tile underneath it. You can see I've already cut here, and the way I'm doing that is I'm just taking this oscillating saw. This is a Harbor Freight, just a cheapo oscillating saw from Harbor Freight, although nothing these days is cheap. And I'm just cutting, so watch yours. Next thing you do is you just take a flathead screwdriver, sometimes called a straight slot, and you just see that piece that I cut? That fell out, that fell out. So all these pieces here are coming out. And you just get it out. Clean this out a little bit. I'll cut some more on this side. And we'll have everything ready, and then I've got to do the other side. I have an issue where I'm running out of time to do this, so I can't do a lot of videoing. So I just try to give little updates. I cut this with the oscillating saw, and then I took that glue right there and glued that on. So that strip is now done in the office. The problem I have is this transition strip goes over the step. You see that? And problem is all my flooring is going this way, and so there's no way to lock it in, so I'll have to have a freaking transition strip I gotta buy. They'll want $35 for that, and it'll look tacky, but it'll work. I'm done. I'm so freaking done. But that will allow me to carry out all the way out into here with the flooring. Then I'll have reducer strips that will go around the tile, and then I'll have quarter round going on the sides. But for right now, to get this under door jamb, I think, and there's only two things wrong with what I just said, is that if I just cut a little rectangle about that big on each side, I should be able to slip it under door jamb. So that's what we're going to try next. Wish me luck. Well, we got the office done. You can see the door and all that stuff in there now done. We got the living room mostly done. Now we got this part left to do, which is the hallway. We got this room all lit to do, plus the closet. We got a closet here, and then transition, and we'll be done. Dear God, I'm tired. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and leave a comment. I'm working hard for y'all. See you in a little bit. Bye. So we had to, and really it was, I say we because it really was we and really it was mostly a friend of mine that he has a tile company, Josh, which if you're needing tile installed, not this mess, Josh Zajac with Zajac Tile. He's a third generation tile installer. I call him a unicorn because you don't see that in the business, people having that strong of a heritage. But he saw the flooring and noticed that we was going to have some issues down this hall, so we tore all the planks up and had to relay them. So all this area here got tore up and relayed, because otherwise we was going to have to cut a strip the way it was done. So just an inch off really does make a difference. And that's the reason why you kind of have to map and grid. I did that in my office, but I didn't map and grid here, and I should have. That's on me. And so we're going to come back tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. I'm knocking off early, so I'm actually going to get home before 9 o'clock. Woohoo! And we've got just this little strip here, and then we got the bedroom back in here that needs to be done, and then we got that carpet transition to worry about, tile transition to worry about. Instead of doing a transition strip here, because he's so good and not me, he's going to cut these tiles where they're straight, and all I'll need is a little bit of vinyl caulk, and so I won't need an ugly transition strip. So that's a blessing there. And then we'll have a reducer transition strip here for the tile. Then we'll get this mess cleaned up, put quarter round, paint up, get everything, get all the garbage cleaned up, because we've got all the construction mess, get that cleaned up and get this house ready to move into. Okay, so my friend Josh is helping me today. Really, Josh did this. Let me be honest. And so he's got a neat little tool. You can see the tool in his hand right there. It's got a little plate there. It's made by Craftsman. And he's just cutting angles with it. And I'm going to go behind him once we start dry laying in all this crown molding, or this quarter trim. And then I'll be nailing it in, but pretty simple. It's a new day, and I thought that with everybody being gone, I would give a better explanation than what I did. The problem with this area here was that when we got to the hallway, that's where things got a little dicey. So we had to go ahead and lay this first, because otherwise there was going to have to be a strip right here that was actually just going to be that wide. So my friend Josh, like I said, Josh Zajac with Zajac Tile, which if you ever need tile, get it from him. If you're in the Northwest Florida area, he's third generation. He is super good at this stuff. So he got it where we got four layers. Four layers. Got it fit in. It fit perfectly. And I've got to do this today. We'll kick back the carpet and get all that done, and then I've got to do a little bit of caulk here, and we did the shoe molding. You saw that, and if you're wondering about that tool, I should have it later today. I'll take another video showing it. It's a metal shear. It's also called an angle shear. You can buy them different types. If you just look up angle shear, they come up different areas, Amazon, whatever. But one of the problems we had is that the baseboards were not brown in here, and we had painted the quarter round, so we're going to go back and do the trim here. And so I've got to put transition here. They only come so long, and the angle snips do wonderful with this, so you can do the angle shears. It cuts wonderful, but I've got to get some caulk for that. All this will have to be weighted down, so I'm going to take some of the cardboard and some paving stones and weight it down. But we got to do another layer of sheet mold or quarter round right there. Didn't have enough for that. But the office, which all the tools and stuff are in the office right now, we're going to come back, and I had to cut a strip here, and some back here is a little bit jaggedy. But you can see where it's kind of shifted, so we may have to rip some of this up and get it fixed. The glue takes forever. I'm using Bostic. I'll show you the glue in a little bit, but you can see what happened with the glue, so I've got to clean that up and then do the caulk. Like I said, I'm going to have to put some caulk here, but this also is trying to come up. And instead of doing a transition strip, we're going to glue the floor down. But this right here is the Bostic. Wow, that looks like a reporter of the day thing being blurry like that. I apologize, but this is Bostic's best, which, having worked with this, if this is their best, I hate to see the worst. But it takes about 3 days, 4 days to actually set, and it's spongy when it sets. So it's not the best glue in the world, but it's spongy. I guess you need that for this type of flooring because it moves all the time, so I guess a hard one wouldn't be good. This is the grout. You can see the color. So what I'm going to do, that is where we come in here, and it should match fairly well. So anywhere I've got some type of void or whatever, that's what's going to fill this. I know yesterday I was doing a very quick video and I was not showing you this tool very well, but this is the tool. I bought me a brand new one day because I've got to do some more molding work. But this right here is Craftsman brand, and these are some miter snips, and so that's what you look for, is Craftsman miter snips. And there's the number on the side in case you needed that. I got these from Lowe's. There's about 35 bucks, but it has all the angles. I can do 45, I can do 22, all those nice little angles. So something good to play with. I like them. They do well for this project. Something to try out. I've never seen anybody say to use them except for my flooring buddy, but these are actually made for metal, but they work great for vinyl. So this is a demonstration of how this is used. Get it right there on that edge. I got it at a 45-degree angle. This is the cardboard style quarter round, so it doesn't have to be just metal or just, you know, vinyl. It does do the cardboard quarter round. The only thing I've been told is that if you're going to use quarter round, use the cardboard style with these, They don't like to do wood because wood, you have soft pieces and hard pieces and it tries to compress. But when you get this cardboard style that is for, you know, like painting and things of that nature, it's perfect. So when you're doing this, they never really tell you how to caulk. And you can tell I am totally inexperienced, but I'm with my buddy Josh, and he had a bright idea of using painter's tape to mask off the area, and then I could rub in where I wanted the caulk and then peel the painter's tape. So that's the difference, my version versus his version. So I'm going to show you what we're doing next. So you can see right here, I've done the, you can see right here, I've got the tape. It's all in there like it ought to be. And now it's just a matter of getting this off here. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now we got a perfect paint line, or perfect caulk line, and since it's already tinted, I don't have to paint or nothing. Awesome. I hate installing lights. Third time and still not working. I had cabinets separating here. So what I did is I took some, my wife's car jack. Then I took a drill bit and two of these deck screws. So deck screws go in like this, and it's holding to the base. And then I've got some wood glue in there. You can see some of the wood glue dripping out there, but I'll fill that in with some putty. But yeah, all these little things, having to improvise ways to make them work. I think we're going to end it right here. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I know that this is a lot of stuff. Some of y'all, you might be bored with it. Others, you'll find this interesting. If you're getting into home renovation, home flipping, all that stuff, hopefully there's some information that will help you out. And I look forward to doing many more videos, giving you updates, showing you what's going on in my life, and also doing some other types of content so that we can go on this journey together. Thank you again for all your support, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.